Hello, welcome back to FGP Porsche Prep Book. In this episode we've got a lovely 997 Gen 1 Turbo. The car has actually come down from Scotland, so we get this quite frequently now where people have watched our YouTube episodes or social media in general, and they might be 300-400 miles away. They want to send the car down, have us look through it and do everything in one big hit so the car's absolutely spot on when it goes back. So that's what's happened with this chap. Come in, he hasn't known what it's needed, so all he's booked in for is our comprehensive inspection, a major service interval and a brake fluid change, and whatever the inspection shows the car needs. Now, we've not shown this kind of work before, but this turbo's engine will be coming out with the transmission, of course, for a whole list of bits and pieces. Firstly and foremost, one of the turbochargers is leaking, so we get this quite a lot. Both turbos off. Painful job because fixings will grow in and then they'll go away and be rebuilt. We'll put it back together with all new bits. Shall we just raise it and show the leak and the bits that we get in place? Okay, show us the leaky turbocharger.
So we've got the bank one turbo here is leaking. As you can see up here.
I can't focus. Very, very oily.
Yeah, that's very bad. We've also got this pipe leaking as well. We're doing this pipe, aren't we?
Show all that oil around the intercooler pipe as well, how badly it's leaking. Look.
Yeah, I know.
It's getting right.
That O-ring in there will be knackered. That'll need changing.
That's all the oil coming down from the turbo. Whereas if you look at this side,
That's
should be dry.
Yeah.
But we'll be doing both. Show before we go on to other bits, like all the associated bits we'll replace
Oh, so
as standard.
all of these fixings will need replacing. So, and then also these pipes, for example, these never come out. That'll be absolutely welding in there.
So I've noted on the inspection report, Ollie, and put slightly less hours because of it. They look as if they have been replaced at some point.
Yeah.
So some of those should come undone rather than usual. Usually, all three of them and then all four of them, you'll have a little air Dremel.
Yeah,
for
air
every
Dremel,
single
then
one.
tap them off and clean up the threads.
And then being careful not to damage the thread
Yeah.
and then re-tapping it. Whereas I think some of them should come off. So that one goes from the oil tank on the turbo and then up above the engine. You see all the ferrules here are all corroded. That'll go up above. You can only replace those with the engine out. And then where's the other oil line?
You wouldn't be able to see them
No.
further up there.
6 in total, 3 per side. And you have to get the engine out to do it, don't you? They all go above.
Yeah, they're a bit of a nightmare. We've also got other oil leaks that need addressing. Like this little union here, that's leaking oil, so we may as well do that at the same time.
I've ordered both, so I've ordered that union part in total there, and there's this crush washer there as well.
Yeah,
on
we've got
both
2
sides.
crash washers on this feed here,
Yeah.
so that'll need replacing as well. Same on the other side, isn't it? This one's leaking.
Had a new tandem pump.
Yeah.
They're very, very expensive on the turbos. I think they're about £1,000 just for the pump.
What else are we doing?
These are common, they've been
Coolant
done.
leaks.
So these that come off of the engine block itself and then go to the water pump housing, it's flanged pipe. They've got like it's really complicated sealing system there, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's really strange. It's got 2 O-rings on it. It's like a little aluminium piece that's inside of there. And it's got 2 O-rings on each side, and then it's got this sort of rubber piece that sits around the outside of it.
So we'll usually replace that flanged pipe and then all the bits Ollie's talking about in there, both banks. But as they're new, I've just ordered the sealing bits, Ollie.
Yeah.
I'll obviously reuse that.
Yeah.
You can show how it seals.
Yeah, of course. What else are we doing? We're doing a major service while the engine's out. It's easier once the engine's out. These plugs are usually...
I've actually ordered new heat shields.
Okay.
Because these are just so... I mean, they often go like this, but these are just so bad that they're beyond putting penny repair washers on like someone's tried.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah, spark plugs is obviously a lot easier when you take this out, because we have to take the intercoolers off anyways. Turbos will be out the way. What else are we doing? Engine mounts, rear bumper brackets.
Just show them the little rear bumper brackets that get corroded.
Yeah, these.
So this rail along the bottom here, retaining rail, they just get a bit corroded. And then the brackets there is in 2 pieces there, and 2 pieces for that one as well, just corroded.
And we're doing, while the engine's out, we're doing the over gearbox brake pipe.
It didn't need doing, but it's one of them where it had a tiny bit of corrosion. See if you can find the corrosion.
Yeah, there's not much on it at all, really. So.
I think it was in the securing clip.
Yeah.
So anyway, the brake pipe over the top. Is it getting in the near side rear brake pipe as well?
Near side rear looks bad, actually.
So the junction box there behind that under tray, then it goes up there over the engine into the caliper the other side, and then one goes from the junction box there to the caliper this side. For the one over the top, you can only do with the engine out. So while it's out, it's always good practice to do that if it's got any form of corrosion at all.
We've got a few rear suspension bits. We're doing rear shocks, rear top mounts, rear coil springs, rear bumper stops.
I can't remember why it was condemned. I think it was...
springs are pretty bad.
Yeah, I think it was corroded
really
springs.
Corroded. The shocks don't look too bad, but the springs are, particularly on this side, well, no, to this side, you can see that coil spring is really badly corroded.
It's all just peeling off.
Hard to see, yeah, there you are.
I think the front's all new already. So this car, it's worth saying, has only ever been looked after by the Porsche main dealer. Hence, we've got what a strange looking suspension arm. That is a 991 or 981 generation arm, genuine Porsche. They're very, very thin. I think we're putting one on this.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Because it's had
the offside here.
So that side's been done. Trailing arm, lower arm. And then, very strangely, nice shiny trailing arm, old style. You can see the difference. Lower control arm.
Yeah. We're doing these oil seals as well. You can actually see that fully
Very leaky.
falling apart up there.
So that brown seal in there is the output shaft seal to the front diff. That's where that oil's coming from, both sides. So that's getting done. What else we got on the front end? It's just that arm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there a CV boot? I think, is that boot split, or am I thinking about another car?
No, that boot is very messy.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that correctly. CV boot there, so that drive shaft will be coming off.
It's had new front shocks and everything though.
Yeah, the whole front suspension was done apart from that one arm.
Bit strange.
Crossover pipes are all good, I think they've been done.
Yeah.
Righto. Get these turbos off.
Should get on with it then.
Yeah. Lovely job.
Lovely job.
Okay, so there is a Metzger engine out of a car.
Hello.
There is Ollie with
Hello,
a microphone, so you can hear us now. Right, so engine out of the car. What progress has been made?
Got the turbos off now. So these are, the turbos get sent away for rebuilding. So I've got the turbos over here. We couldn't actually get these sensors out. This one actually snapped and they're actually pretty welded in there. And we did actually notice these turbos have been off before, I'm not sure why, but the previous person has actually
Had the same difficulty and decided to cut the wire off.
Yeah, cut and crimp the wires, but
so that was still all working as it should then, because they just cut them and then crimped them back up, rather than trying to tackle that and get it out and put new sensors in, which is what we'll end up
we'll
doing.
have to put new temperature sensors in it. We're also going to replace these oil galleries because it's actually got a bit of corrosion here, and you've got an oil seal there.
Let me zoom right in.
It's quite hard to see.
Hold it and I'll be able to. Yeah, so it's not going to seal, it's just going to weep oil. No, it's not going to
seal properly, and it's also corroded around the edges of the same on the other one actually. Yeah, you can see where that oil seal sits. So if it gets corroded there, oil is just going to end up pissing out of there.
So that's it, 2 turbochargers off to be rebuilt. Which one was the leaky one? Because they're both obviously very dirty. There was one that was leaking badly. Well, this one's full of oil. Let's see the turbine in the other one. Have you felt the turbines to see?
Yeah, they're not too bad to be honest.
Just leaking oil badly. Show us the other side of that one. Yeah, that one's not full of oil.
Yeah.
That one is. So they're going off and being fully rebuilt. They'll look like brand new when they come back. We'll obviously show that. Any difficulty with the studs, or were they okay as I
No,
kind
they
of
were just.
anticipated?
I still had to.
Did you have to get the air dryer?
Yeah, I just had to grind them off because you can only get a spanner on there to access them. You can't actually get a socket on them. So
What about the manifold ones?
The manifold ones came undone, but they've been done before, so I didn't even have to heat them.
Okay.
The manifold to head bolts were fine.
Yeah, so 8 of 14 came off. Oh,
Yeah.
manifold to head, but not manifold to turbo.
No,
okay.
every turbo fixing I had to Dremel off.
I thought some would come undone.
No, I had to Dremel off every single one.
Right. Show us these lines then that come off the
So,
turbos.
obviously we're going to have to change this sensor wiring. This goes to the other side, other turbo, and it comes to a little piece up here, and then tees off to the other turbo. We've got this oil line here, same on the other side. This actually goes into this.
Is that the one off the bottom of the oil gallery?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So where does that disappear to?
But it disappears in here, so we'll take this cradle off, and we'll be able to access them to replace those pipes.
Yeah.
And then the oil feeds, well, they T-piece into there, so you've got the oil tank here, and follow them down. This one I did have to cut off because I couldn't get out.
And that goes round and links up.
Yeah.
So again, trying to do that in the car, you're just going to be stripping off so much at the top of the engine, aren't you? It's
Yeah, and you'd have to drop the engine quite a lot to actually gain access to that, especially the ones further in. Like, even on this side, they're actually probably a little bit more awkward maybe on this side, because you can't actually,
Show it when you're doing it.
I'm probably going to have to take the oil tank off to do this one, so.
I think show it when you do it.
Yeah, to take the oil tank off, you have to have the engine out anyway, so.
Just very tightly packed, these Metzger turbo engines. Right, that's that. There's the exhaust. So you think the turbo's been off before. I think that...
Yeah, I think the heads have been off. I think that's why,
first,
maybe.
if that whole exhaust's been off, because I think...
Yeah.
I mean, they look like they've been
definitely
cleaned up, just the cat side of the exhaust. Those heat shields at the back there have definitely been replaced because they're usually corroded and all these little fixings we end up replacing. Those turbo heat shields look as if they've been replaced at some point, and those heat shields for the back box that go in the bumper look as if they've been replaced not very long ago. So it's definitely all been off. You were complaining about some butchery, as you put it.
Yeah, there was quite a few random fixings and
just incorrect.
Sort of incorrect fixings. For example, also, this is a very non-genuine prop bolt. That is your genuine prop bolt.
There's a bit of a length difference there.
So, yeah, just lots of random bolts in random places, like incorrect bolts, which is a bit unusual. Because it's been at Porsche, hasn't it? So I just don't.
We should be saying, but yeah, the customer says it's only ever been looked after by the Porsche main dealer.
Unless someone else has had a look.
You don't know who's been there, do you?
Yeah, there's a lot of non-genuine fixings.
And you're saying you think the engine's been? I think I picked up on these gearbox.
Yeah, the gearbox has been
clearly been apart.
Yeah, gearbox has been apart. I do think the heads have been off as well. You can see fresh sealant there. That's probably why the turbos came off.
And those green end caps are new.
Yeah.
And the material of the cam covers looks fresher, as if it's been sandblasted or ultrasonic cleaned, more likely. Yeah, is that both sides?
Yeah.
So from new, a lot of these seals use gaskets, traditional gaskets, but now it's a Loctite 5900 black sealant.
Yeah, that's right.
For surfaces like that. Right, that's the kind of engine wrapped up, isn't it?
Yeah, we've still got to do coil packs, spark plugs, major service. Well, we're doing one coil pack. These are all the new type.
So you get the new square type like this. That camera's not good, hang on. Like that. Where's the old type one? The other side, isn't it?
Yeah, the
front.
other side.
There.
You can't usually get that in, so...
You can see the difference. So
with everything in the way.
I bought a new old type.
Yeah, you have
to fit there because it doesn't fit behind the heat shield. But you can see it's got a crack forming there. Right, so that's the engine wrapped up, and then the car got over-engine coolant pipes down there to go on.
Brake pipes, we've done the rear shocks.
So here are those coolant pipes. That one runs up there. That one. Get this dog off me.
Hector. Come here. Come. Come here.
That's the corroded one.
Come here.
We've got the three hoses as well, so this one and this one. See what's leaking there. And then the brake pipe goes over the top. That's this. From one side over the top of the gearbox and engine to the other. Corrosion, for your interest, was at this near side here. You can see it there. Quite hard to see it unless you know where you're looking for it. Big baby. Am I missing anything?
No, I don't
Rear
think
shocks,
so.
you said, you got those in, like we spoke about. Coil springs were badly corroded. All right, I think that's an update, isn't it?
Lovely job. Lovely job, doggy.
Okay, time for an update. We've got microphones now and we just filmed this once and then my mic wasn't turned on, so we've got to do it again now. So this isn't organic, but front end of the car has been apart. You had this whole corner apart for CV boots. That one down there is obviously split. We do them in pairs, so the inner one has been done as well. And then front differential output shaft seals have been done.
Yeah.
That's awkward on these because the differential is bigger than it is on the Carrera 4s and Carrera 4Ss.
Yeah, it's a bit harder, just on the offside, that is.
So that's all been done. Oh, and the suspension arm, we spoke about that this lower control arm here for some reason hadn't been done and the other three were new. So that's a genuine Porsche arm, superseded to the 991 type like we spoke about. And then we've got something that like-minded people might find interesting at the front here. We did take this off live. Maybe I'll just cut that over the top of us taking that wiring off.
Revealing this.
So these are the wires for
wiring.
the low and high tone horn. Do you want
I mean, look at that.
connection light?
That's not very nice, is it?
You're not happy with that?
No, it's awful.
Just
That looks absolutely terrible. Oh, look at that one. Look at the corrosion on it as well.
What would you say the worst part of working on cars is, Ollie?
Dealing with other people's
He gave the answer.
bad work. This.
Yeah, so when on the horns on the car, you've got a low tone and a high tone. They work in harmony to make a loud sounding horn. This would have gone in because the low tone had failed and the horn sounded kind of squeaky. They'd have diagnosed it as the low tone, but the customer says it's been worked on at the Porsche main dealer, so they'd have insisted on a genuine horn. It's superseded to what we think is the 991 type plug and horn, which doesn't compute with the 997 one. They're different, as you can see. So they sell this wiring harness with it, and it has to be hardwired in. So yeah, we just pulled this off because there was tape all covering this, but this is the job that's been done, wiring it in. So Ollie's going to redo that, but we've got to do the same on this one now to make the horns be in harmony. Because at the moment they sound very odd. So
I think it's just because they're different makes.
they're just different horns. That's the new one. That's the old one. They don't go together. They're not in sync.
No.
But yeah, whoever's done this has put that on, heard the horn, gone that'll do, put the bumper back on,
Yeah,
and seen it out the door. But we won't ordinarily fit these new horns from Porsche because we don't like cutting the wires like this and doing this. So we've sourced aftermarket ones that sound exactly as per the Porsche 997 original ones, and then they just plug straight into the original plug connector. And you don't have to do this, and you can change one at a time, and they're in sync and harmony with the original horn. So that's that. That's really interesting, I think.
Can we move to the back?
Yeah, let's go to the back for a second time.
Side.
Shocks.
Rear shocks are done. We've also done the Goodrich hoses here as well.
Oh, we did those in the front as well, didn't we? I
Yeah.
forgot about doing those. So.
And we've replaced the brake caliper nipples as well.
Oh, yeah.
They're all corroded.
So these Goodrich stainless flexi lines are a very popular upgrade to replace the rubber flexi ones. They'll just give less compression and better brake feel.
And we've also done the brackets as well. I don't know if you
Oh
can get
yeah, all the
camera down
brackets
there.
as well. Hang on, I spin. Getting too old for this. That shiny silver bracket that holds the caliper pipe and the flexi pipe. We've replaced those in all 4 corners just because they were corroded, not because they were structurally wrong or broken. 8 bleed nipples as well, you say?
Yeah, 8 bleed nipples.
They all come out all right?
Yeah.
Often have trouble getting bleed nipples out. Yeah, so new shocks, so they just corrode usually at the base. The protective powder coating starts to peel away, and then the exposed metal starts to corrode, and if it gets corroded to a point, you'll go down a pothole and potentially snap. Heat shields.
New heat shields as well,
So
nice and shiny.
Yeah, we spoke about them. So these fixing holes just start to elongate and wear. You can put penny repair washers on to hold them when they're not too badly worn, but these are at a point that they need replacing. So both sides. And
yeah, both sides have been done.
Brake disc backing shields. So that backing shield there for the disc is new. They crack at the fixing points. There's one fixing point there, for instance. They're not very expensive, 25 quid each, so we've replaced those. Engine.
So we've replaced all of the lines that we're doing, apart from this one. I still need to get this one out, but we've done all the nice hard ones. The other side's completely done. We've just got to get this one out, and then I think we're close to putting this engine back in actually.
So the plan is to get this done efficiently. The turbos have gone away today to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
You're going to put this back in, and then the turbos, because you're not getting horrible corroded fixings off, they're going to go back on the car, back on the engine in situ, aren't they?
Yeah.
Get the engine in, the car will be done, roll it out, and it's just a case of putting it back in and putting the turbos on.
Exactly. Yeah. Spot on.
Right, hopefully we've got sound this time.
Yeah.
Put that like close to you.
I can't really.
Yeah. Just like do the zip up a little bit and then put it there. I've just noticed when we've had them further away, it makes it quiet.
Is that better? It's like when your mummy does your top button.
Your tie for you on your first day of school. Right. Are you filming already? So, the other car left, the black car, and there's now a silver one on the ramp, but I realised we didn't finish the video. So, what ended up happening, the last bit of commentary we did, it's a long time ago, well, it's about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, long time.
The turbos were going off for refurb, and then Ollie was going to put the engine back in, get all the other bits done that we explained, get the car out of here so we haven't got a dead ramp and we can use the space. And then when the turbos come back, get the car back on the ramp, put the turbos in the car and the engine in situ. However, the turbos went off and we were told they were too badly corroded to be refurbished. There's always kind of a 50-50 chance of that being the case. So here we are, we've got a silver car here. I've just put in a clip as well of a white car that AJ holding the camera did last week. The same job again, so 3997 Gen 1 turbos. This is literally the same job as the black car, isn't it?
Pretty much, exactly the same.
All the oil pipes, the oil reservoirs for the turbos, and the turbos going off for refurb, if they can be refurbished, but we don't think they will. Do you want to show how bad these are, Ollie? Yeah,
they're pretty knackered. Where's my torch?
So same thing, the right-hand side one was leaking very badly, worse than the other one.
Yeah, it was literally, I think I got about half a litre of oil come out the intercooler pipe. But yeah, they're pretty horrendous.
So the plan's the same, isn't it? Build the car back up, send those for refurb, hope they can be refurbed, then pull the car back in and put them in the engine and the car in situ.
Yeah.
The one that AJ did, the white car, that was, that wasn't turbochargers, was it? That was just...
That was the pipes.
So yeah, here we are. So yeah, the one AJ did, all the pipe work off the turbos, all the ferrules were all corroded, but the turbos weren't leaking and were operating fine. So we did warn him before doing the job that you may need new turbos if the pipes don't come out, but you managed to get them out with difficulty, didn't you?
Yeah, we just ended up changing these ones here and this one down here.
Show the pipes on the, yeah, you've got the,
This
the sensor, the same
is
thing.
Another conversation to have.
We showed this in the last one.
Dodgy sensors. Oh, we showed them that where they actually cut.
How it had been cut, yeah. So same thing
off,
on the sensors.
But these, yeah, tried to get them out, just pulled the threads with it. So
a full new sensor unit, that's 800 quid.
For that.
And then here's all the pipe work, or some of the pipe work. So this is what you're up against. That's why the white car was having them, just because these are all so badly corroded. That's actually failed. Same on this one. You haven't got the big ones here, have you, Ollie?
No, I don't think so.
Reservoirs here. Ollie didn't even attempt to get those out. They were so badly seized in there, so it's getting 2 new reservoirs. That's it. That's it. That's wrapped the video up.
Yeah.
Very, very common. If you've got a 996 turbo, 997 turbo, check out, see if your turbos are leaking. Check out the pipe work that you can see along the back. See how badly corroded the ferrules are. And yeah, if you need the job doing, it ends up being a big and expensive one, unfortunately.
Yes.
Sit on that cheery note.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.